Do you have faith that your realtor is going to get your offer accepted in a competitive market? We're going to talk about today how exactly we get our offers accepted when competition is high. My name is Erin and Nicole with Stubbs and Bamber Luxury Group, and I'm here with my colleague,
Nicole Palanjian, and we're local realtors to Orange County.
So let's talk about how we get our offers accepted.
So it's not as easy as what people think. I think if you've been buying a home 2 years ago, right now, it's definitely competitive again, where you can't just submit and expect to get your offer accepted. So more than just asking for a higher price, putting a higher price offer out there, what do we do as realtors to make our offer stand out? So I think one is communication, right?
Yeah.
And it's before you even submit your offer. That communication, the networking you're building up, or even the network you currently have with other realtors, that you're wanting to stay in that great kind of tight communication with the agent that is selling the house, the listing agent. So that's one thing. They're going to know that you are professional, organized, etc. That's what we want to put forth.
Yeah. And those questions before we're even putting in that offer is, do you have any offers?
Right.
What is ideal for the seller? Do they need a 30-day escrow? Is a shorter escrow more ideal? Do they need a rent back?
Right. Kind of getting a picture of what the seller is so that we can, massage the offer to make it more desirable for the seller. It's not just price always, right?
Yeah.
And I think that also when you start asking those questions, you're building a rapport with the listing agent. And, we would all love to know what those offers, the prices are at, but sometimes we can have a little inclination of where they're coming in, and we can use that to the offer, to develop the offer to our advantage for the buyer.
Yeah, exactly. We try and ask as many questions as possible. Maybe they don't give us the exact number of where the last offer came in at, but we can, try and massage that as much as we can.
So that's kind of a reflection on us, right? We're trying to build that rapport, but also what's really important is selling our client, our buyer, to the seller. Nobody wants to get into escrow with somebody that's kind of like, oh, they're not sure they're going to buy. They kind of like your house. We want to really make sure that our listing agent that we're speaking to knows that we have a strong buyer, and we'll also discuss other things, not just that they love the house, but there's other things that a listing agent would want to know. For example, their lender.
Yep.
Do they have a reputable lender?
Yeah.
Are they...
Yeah, so and a small detail that we do that not every agent does is we create a little offer package, a little email, which talks about what is exactly in the email, the offer, the loan package, as well as any attachments with proof of funds. We write that all out. We put a cover letter about us and our team, that we have a TC, that we have full marketing, that we have been doing this for.
And a TC that's in-house, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a bad thing to have a contracted transaction coordinator. But we have done all of our transactions with our wonderful TC, Kelly Holden. So we know that she's going to make sure we stay on top of things and the whole transaction to move forward. And that's very important.
Yeah, so we sell our client. We also sell ourselves. We want that listing agent to know that we're easy to work with, that we're experienced, we know what we're doing. We're going to stick to our timelines, and that our client's serious.
And the goal at the end of the day is to get that finish mark, right? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're in escrow and you want to make sure that we all close. It's a common goal.
Yeah.
So I think when the offer package of what Erin's saying is, when you get as a listing agent, I'll get emails where someone doesn't even text message me that they sent an offer in. And these are on multi-million-dollar homes, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that a great agent would literally just send a DocuSign forward. I don't know what it is. I don't know who their TC is. I didn't click it right away. If I'm submitting an offer, I'm texting and calling the agent saying, hey, you got an offer in your inbox? Let's talk about it if you have any questions.
Yeah.
I think that that's also confusing to a buyer, that they're not realizing all the things that go on the back end, that they might have this great marketing agent that seems like they're doing big things, but really they're just sitting back and seeing what happens. So I think that's very important. And one of our offers got accepted. Literally, the listing agent said, the only reason why I chose your offer was because your email was so organized and so professional and so clear with the offer package over the other person. It was the same term, same price, same everything. And that was how we got chosen for our client. So that's very important.
Yeah, so another, great tool that we like to use in competitive markets is getting a fully underwritten loan. So, that competes with all cash offers. That means your loan is packaged up and ready to go. You can have very short contingencies.
You don't even need a loan contingency. So that just marks off. Like if you're cash and have no loan contingency, the only thing that's maybe holding you up is an appraisal contingency.
Yeah.
But that's something to talk about. We definitely coach our clients that, hey, if we're close to comps and it might be a little under, would you be able to come up in price? But that's a topic for another day. But we definitely do discuss the different competitive advantages about no loan contingency, no appraisal contingency. I do not recommend no physical inspection contingency. I've had offers given to me like that, and I just think, how can you protect your client? Unless, even on a new build, it's a year old, you never know what's underneath. So I don't recommend that, but there are times that people do that. Maybe they're an engineer and a contractor, so they don't care if there's something wrong with the house. But
and another thing, having a fully underwritten loan is one thing, but also having a good relationship with whatever lender you're using. Not every client is going to use my preferred lender, but I've also had great success with getting my offers accepted because the listing agent calls that loan officer and talks with them, and that loan officer negotiates and fights for us as well and has confidence in the client and what she can do, as well as confidence in me.
Absolutely. And I think that kind of also ties in with the whole concept of who you're working with and the resources they have.
Yeah.
But more importantly too, there's other terms on a residential purchase agreement, RPA, that you can tighten as well. We talk about terms, loan appraisal, physical inspection. The contract's around 17 days. We tighten that very much as small as we can. But there's also, getting an escrow packet to the buyer. We have a quick turnaround time. HOA docs are a little bit harder to do because we're not in control of that. But there's a lot of other terms that we can tighten. So the whole thing as a whole, to get your offer accepted in a competitive market, there's multiple things. But I think the most important thing I would say is dealing with a realtor that knows what to do, and they're fluid. They're not just doing the same thing. The market's changed, they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
We've had to change lenders. Before it was to get lenders that were fully underwriting our clients. Now it's a lender that can maybe put less money down because rates went up. So there's always these things. So really the number one thing I would say is to deal with a great realtor and referral. If you're Googling and Yelping, that would be great. But I think also having an agent that has fought for your friends, family, etc. So.
Yeah, there's definitely a misconception that we just open the door and you say, okay, I want this house, and we magically just get it for you. This is some of the back end of what we really do. And there are agents that just put a purchase price and leave the contract empty. And
we've had that. We've had that. I've had our recent listing. Someone just sent an RPA DocuSign, and RTC used it as an example to our newer agents of what not to do with a purchase agreement. So, it's just more work for me, but at the same time, you're not protecting your client that way. So, so I would love for you guys to reach out if you have any questions on what you can do specifically to get your offer accepted, because not everybody has the ability to have tons of fun to remove an appraisal contingency. But reach out to us, contact us.
Yeah, and we have our newsletter down below as well. That's a great way to get value and find out exactly what we do and what's going on in the market. So contact us, subscribe for our newsletter, and we will see you next week.